Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on into another episode of the Rust Belt Rivalry podcast. My name is Brian Philos. My co-host changed his name to Fire Zac Taylor. As usual, folks, we will be talking Browns, Bengals, Buckeyes, a lot of NFL recap, future to look ahead, and a little bit of college football highlights. Nick, how we doing today, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, Brian. You?
I'm doing better than you, I guess, when I see your name has been changed. Why don't you go ahead and tell us, just go ahead and lay it out for us. I know the Bengals took one on the chin against the Steelers, and how you feeling?
Brian, I'm done with this team. It is getting very difficult to even watch these guys at this point. The offense came out completely flat. Your boy Joe Flacco had probably the worst game of his Cincinnati Bengals career. Just looked old, but also the whole team just looked unprepared, especially coming off of a bye week, and that's what's extremely frustrating. I think that's just the Zac Taylor way. You know, you got your top receiver, getting ejected, or not ejected, but suspended for one game for spitting on a player. So there's that. I just feel like there's just no accountability on this team, and I'm just getting completely fed up with it. So, yeah, I want Zac Taylor gone with a bunch of other people in the organization, but I don't think I'm going to get that lucky.
I don't think so either. Yeah, I mean, there you go. That's the full Flacco experience, right? You got the 400-yard game, the 3 touchdowns, and then this week you got, the 2 turnovers, and even with the Aaron Rodgers wrist injury, I mean, did that give you some hope, or did Mason and Rudolph's mustache just...
When Aaron Rodgers got hurt, I texted my whole family. I was like, who is the Steelers' backup? I want to know who we're going to lose to. It's just so typical, man. And again, earlier in this the game, too, when the Bengals tried to tie it up, Zac Taylor ended up going for 2. Which I don't mind the call, right? You're on the road, you're trying to get an early lead, get some more momentum, but you come out and you run a wildcat when the entire team knows what you're running. It's just infuriating, man. And I'm sick of it. I can't do it anymore. I can't. I don't, and I know you feel the same way with your Browns, man. I mean, maybe we're both just going to be miserable for the rest of our lives.
No, I thought you were all excited last week. You got Joe Burrow. He's on the comeback tour.
I don't want him to play. What is him? He's going to apparently come back and play. What is the point of that? $240 million you're paying him. I get that. Money aside, you need to protect him. What is the point of bringing him out there whenever your team's going to be eliminated from the playoffs like that and try to re-risk injury? I just don't get it.
So, I obviously didn't watch this game as closely as you normally do. So, what on the offense was struggling more? Was it the run game? Was it the offensive line? Was it just
run game wasn't bad. I mean, Chase Brown had almost 100 yards. It's just very. I didn't like the play calling to begin with, but again, Jamar Chase 3 catches, 30 yards. He didn't seem like he was really getting open that much. I'm not saying that Joey Porter Jr. locked him down, but I mean, I just feel like that team is very tough to play against mentally because they got some trash talkers on there and they can get under your skin. And obviously that happened with Jamar. And he's not going to do that every week, obviously, but Flacco just looked off. Timing wasn't good. Offensive line didn't play great. It's just mixed with some bad coaching. It was a complete cluster on the offense this week. The defense actually was playing pretty decent. I know they gave up 34 points, but I mean, held them to 10 points in the first half. And then the Bengals just couldn't do anything on offense to really help them out. So go figure, the defense was playing decent and then the offense decides to stink it up. So never a complete game. That's how it is.
Well, that's pretty much what the Browns have looked like all year, bud.
That's a good point. Now that you say that.
You just described the Browns, and yet another game this week that the Browns did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Browns defense played really well. Scored a touchdown even. Had 2 interceptions on Lamar. Lamar looked lost. He looked sluggish. He looked confused. But again, I mean, obviously it didn't matter, right? The Ravens still won.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett, another 4 sacks. He's had 9 sacks in 2 games and 2 losses. Just Carson Schlesinger, Mason Graham continue to ball out. That trade for Travis Hunter in year 1 is looking like it was an absolute steal, and we haven't even got the second first-round pick yet. Special teams even played pretty well. Last week they shit the bed, and this week they actually created an offsides penalty, which gave us another first down, collected a muff punt, and they had no errors of their own. So it was more like it seems like it's a roller coaster for the special teams on the Browns. It's like up, down, up, down. They have one really good week, then they have one really bad week. But again, it doesn't matter because the offense still stinks. The offense only managed to score 3 field goals, no touchdowns. Dylan Gabriel, again, looks like trash. He doesn't look like an NFL quarterback, and it's so bothersome. Ball continues to hit the ground before it even gets to the receivers. It's like, dude, we're not skipping rocks here. Come on. Like, you're an NFL quarterback. This is what you get paid for. There's supposed to be progress, right? Even with rookie quarterbacks, you're supposed to, after 6 weeks, you should see progress. The dude's not getting the ball down the field. I don't ever hope for injuries, but the man got concussed before the second half. In comes Shedeur Sanders. Huge ovation, but also not very good results, right?
4 for 16. My goodness.
4 for 16, 47 yards and a pick. Now, I'm a Shedeur Sanders fan, right? And I've been pretty clear on that. Not a fan, but I certainly think he should have been drafted before Dylan Gabriel, and I think it was an insult that he didn't. However, the man, what we found out after the game, had this many first-team reps since camp started. So
isn't that crazy?
That is the Browns to a T, dude. Like, you know, and I try to do some research, and it's back and forth, right? Some first-string quarterbacks try to demand all the reps. It seemed like, for the most part, majority of backups get about 20% of the reps. And you would think that in a year where you have 2 rookie quarterbacks, you have the notion that you're going to draft a first-round pick being a quarterback next year, that you need to see what both of these guys have before the end of the year. No, not Kevin Stefanski. He's like, we're just going to keep shoving Dylan Gabriel out there, even though he throws screens over his wide receivers' heads. He throws the ball in the dirt. He can't complete. Seems too scared, too timid to even complete a pass more than 5 yards. So here comes Shedeur Sanders, and the offensive line admitted they never even heard his cadence, like 3 times, I think, in the whole year so far that they've heard his cadence. So go figure it wasn't going to look well, right? Like, to be honest, though, I mean, even with him not having any reps, I think it still looked better. Like, there was a lot of things that was like, okay, here comes a blitzer right up the middle, and the offensive line just completely whiffed, right? And then he's running backwards for his life, and that was the knock on him, was he drifted in college. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Dylan Gabriel is obviously not going to make it, out of concussion protocol within a week. So Kevin Stefanski is going to have to play Shedeur Sanders.
No, I think Bailey Zappi should start. So
what's that?
I think Bailey Zappi should start.
Oh, why not just bring Deshaun Watson back? Yeah, no, it was weird. It's like, I don't know if you've seen this with quarterbacks for the Bengals, but, there's some times where you're looking at a quarterback and you're like, man, it's like 3rd and 8, 3rd and 12. And like when Baker was our quarterback, I was like, oh, we can get this no problem, right? But there's a lot of other quarterbacks where I'm like, oh, if it ain't 3rd and 3 or less, I'm like, oh, I don't know. Is that how you watch football too? You're like, I
Honestly, I'm expecting on 3rd and 15 for the Bengals, no matter who the quarterback is, for Zac Taylor to draw up a 5-yard play. That's what he does. So that's how I see it. I always think when it's 3rd and long, Brian, I'm already expecting them to basically concede this drive and punt.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a little different here.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, for me, it's dependent on quarterback, but yeah, I guess we don't have Zac Taylor, who, according to you, should be fired. So,
Well, I mean, it should be very interesting to see how Sanders does this week with having a full week with the first string. So, I mean, I don't think you can judge him after this one game, obviously, but
No.
yeah, I mean, I think it's got to give the Browns a little bit of, I guess. I mean, you guys are on life support right now, right? I mean, but just a little bit of like help, I guess, just trying to get out of this funk, a new spark. So I don't know, it'll be interesting.
I mean, again, like to this point, we've seen what Dylan Gabriel is capable of, I think, right? Like where his limitations are, and they've made that very clearly obvious. So it's like most of the Browns fans are like, let's just roll Shedeur out there, see what he's got over the next 7-8 weeks, whatever it is. And if he's not good either, like that's fine. Like we've got to draft a quarterback probably in the first round. And if he gives you a spark, like, and shows something with no wide receivers and no offensive line, then maybe you focus on those positions in the draft next year, and you try to see what you have with him before you eject Osito and go try and draft somebody else, right? Who knows? But I don't know. Let's move on. It's too depressing to talk about the Browns and the Bengals. Around the NFL, a couple injuries. Aaron Rodgers, obviously the wrist. We talked about that. Apparently day to day. Apparently he was mad that the information got leaked that he was having issues with his wrist. It's like, dude, you went out of the game with a wrist injury. So the Steelers are going to tighten up their circle of people that have the knowledge of the information. Boy, that dude is crazy, man. He doesn't get much better. I know Josh Jacobs went out for a little bit for the Packers. Kamani Vidal, Chargers, he's day to day. And then Marvin Harrison Jr. apparently had appendicitis. I don't know if that was just before the game or what. I wasn't keeping up with that, but so I don't know how long he'll be out. I imagine that's at least a week or two. Not that I really know the Cardinals, who are struggling anyway, but let's go into some recaps. I mean, was there any big games that surprised you? I just want to start off by saying that the Bears won another game over the Vikings, a close game, a defensive battle. They won by a last-minute field goal. Caleb Williams gets them in scoring position again. And honestly, they should have won by even more because the kicker missed another field goal that was an easy chip shot earlier. Can we now admit that the Bears are playoff potential quality team?
No.
Oh my God. All right, we move on to another week.
They're not. I'm telling you, they're not that good. They're not that good.
What's up with did you watch much of the game? Did you see JJ McCarthy and Justin Jefferson? Any of that drama?
I saw a little bit of the game. I saw some highlights. I get it, man. I mean, it's got to be frustrating. I mean, Jefferson seems like he definitely gets upset pretty quick. I mean, if he's not getting the ball, so.
Well, yeah, after that year with Sam Darnold, I mean, he's probably pissed. He's like, why?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Why is this guy here and Sam's not?
Yeah.
Giants got beat by the oh man, who the heck did they get beat by? Holy Packers. Cow, my notes are all over the place. By the Packers, there you go.
I think the biggest upsets really, Jaguars destroyed the Chargers.
Oh yeah. Yeah, what do you think happened there? Was that just the same thing with the Bills last week? Like just a one-off?
Yeah, I mean, who knows, man? I don't think it's a one-off for the Chargers like it is the Bills. I think the Chargers definitely have a decent amount of flaws on their roster. I just don't see them being a super consistent team. And honestly, I want them to just lose the rest of the season just because they have Harbaugh as a coach, but that's a different conversation. Even if they do make the playoff, they're not Super Bowl capable this year, in my opinion. So, trying to think about there's some other games. Yeah, the Rams and the Seahawks. That was a very good game. Rams came out on top, 21-19. That is going to be a very fun. I think I said this a couple weeks ago. It's going to be a fun division to watch towards the end of the season. It's going to get pretty exciting. So, Rams look good though, man. I know you had them in like your top 3 a couple weeks ago. So,
yeah. Rams 8-2 as it sits right now. Rams 8-2, Seahawks 7-3, and 49ers 7-4. So that's definitely a 3-team race there. So
for sure.
49ers just getting Brock Purdy back. I mean,
yeah,
who knows?
Right.
What about the Bucks Bills? I mean, that was a great game.
Yeah,
for a while.
It's a shootout. Definitely. I mean, the Bills' offense is just so good, man. Josh Allen doesn't even have a lot of people to throw to, which is kind of crazy. I don't think they have really they're above average receivers, I guess, but their defense is definitely going to have to tighten up a little bit. I know I was saying I was really liking Tampa Bay, but they got to really watch themselves here because their season's starting to slip away just a little bit. I know they're in a really easy division, so that helps them, but they're going to have to figure it out pretty quick here.
Yeah, they've lost 3 out of the last 4, and Baker, looked a little bit like the Cleveland Baker last week. He threw an interception when it mattered the most, so we're used to that in the fourth quarter when the game was on the line. So, Panthers beat the Falcons in a shootout, man. Bryce Young finally looked like a number 1 pick. I think for the first game I can even remember. He had like 400 some yards and 3 touchdowns. Holy crap, where did that come from?
I honestly have no idea. It's crazy.
Titans get beat by the Texans in an ugly game. Broncos Chiefs. I'm sure you were excited to see the Broncos beat the Chiefs because you hate the Chiefs so much.
Yep.
I'm still not a believer in the Broncos. I mean, is it time for us to start just admitting that Bo Nix, I guess, has some kind of magical wand?
Brian, the Broncos are one of the hardest teams to figure out this year. They're 9. I don't think that they were as good as their 9-2 record, and I think you would agree with that.
No, I do.
Oh, you do agree with that? Okay,
no, I do. I don't think they're very good. It just seems like every week Bo Nix just pulls some kind of rabbit out of the hat, and like in the fourth quarter, he gets unleashed. And it's always a game-winning drive. It's insane.
It is. I mean, here's the thing, man, too. Looking at that division, the Chiefs are in jeopardy of not making the playoffs this year. You got the Broncos at 9-2, the Chargers at 7-4, and then you got the Chiefs at 5-5. That's I mean, think about it, man. I mean, wild card wise in the AFC, I mean, Broncos and Chargers are probably both going to make it. And then they're probably going to have to beat out the Ravens or the Jaguars. And you got the Bills too, man. Yeah, they're in trouble, and I love that. I love seeing that.
That is crazy. Yeah, Texans, Chiefs, and Ravens are all 5-5.
Yeah,
currently sitting outside of the playoffs.
Yep.
So interesting. Yeah, it should make for a fun end of the year. I mean, sometimes it's kind of obvious, right? We already know kind of like the teams who are in and not in, but I'll tell you what, I was not impressed with the Ravens. I mean, like I said, I know they beat the Browns, and I think they've won now 3 in a row, but they just did not look that good. What about the Cowboys? They beat up on the lowly Raiders, and I mean, it seems like they're in for one of those, like, around 500 seasons where they sneak into the playoffs. What do you think?
I don't think they're going anywhere, man. Their next 3 games are the Eagles, the Chiefs, and the Lions. I mean, those are some tough games coming up. So they're not that good, man. I just don't see them making the playoffs this year. Their defense looked decent too. I mean, they've had a pretty solid game, but again, it's against a bad team. So
yeah, for sure. And then you just mentioned the Eagles and the Lions. I mean, Eagles win a low-scoring game against the Lions. I obviously picked the over, and that didn't work out. So, I mean, what did you see from that game that was contradictory to what everybody thought was going to happen?
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting the Eagles to win this game. I ended up taking the Eagles -2.5. With them being at home, I know the Eagles are super boring to watch. I mean, Jalen Hurts, 14 for 28, 135 yards through the air. I mean, it's so boring, right? And it was kind of a boring game, honestly. I think the Eagles definitely were given a call at the end of the game on pass interference on the Lions, and Lions were kind of driving there and had a chance to tie it. So, but yeah, I am definitely more concerned about the Lions though losing. I mean, again, they're 6-4. Not worried about them making the playoffs, but again, they don't have that spark like they did last year. So it'll be interesting when that team goes down towards the end of the season as well.
You know what it is?
I know what you're gonna say.
Ben Johnson, baby, because he's playing with the Bears. He's over with the Bears.
Yeah.
That's why the Bears are 7-3. All right, well,
Brian, I will have the last laugh in this. I promise you.
I mean, we could let's talk it out outside of the podcast, and we'll figure out a little hamburger bet, and we'll make it happen here. Come up with some parameters. So let's look at the week ahead. What do you've got? You've got the Patriots. Bengals have got the Patriots, and I've got my own opinions, but the big thing I wrote on my notes was good luck. What are you looking forward to? Tell us what your thoughts are.
I'm not really looking forward to anything, to be honest with you. Jamar Chase is going to be out most likely. Trey Hendrickson's probably not going to play again. The Patriots could come in here and score 50 points the way that their offense is playing right now. And obviously we know what the Bengals defense is capable of. So this game could get really ugly. I mean, the Bengals, I think, are 8.5-point underdogs. But I could also just see this being a typical game where the Bengals end up winning it. This is the game where Zac Taylor gets to keep his job, right? But I don't know, Brian. This game could be over it's most likely going to be over by halftime, in my opinion. So I'm not really looking forward to it.
I'm telling you, bud, I watched the Browns play the Patriots, and my goodness, it is just like Josh McDaniels is just on another level this year. Vrabel's got that defense playing way over their skis.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thoroughly impressed by what I saw, and even against the Browns defense, who has been like locking almost everybody down. I mean, they were doing whatever they wanted. They were just had them dazed and confused, and would run the same, it would look like the same play 4 times in a row, and each time they did something completely different, right?
Right.
It was just like a heavyweight fight against some little skinny guy like me.
Yeah, it's not going to be pretty, man. I really see them putting up the most amount of points they put up on a team this year is 33.
The Patriots.
The Patriots are going to score more than 33 points this year. This week. You can book that.
You thinking a 40 burger, or what are you thinking?
I think so. I mean, if I'm a betting man, I would say I would bet the team total over for the Patriots. I kind of like that more than the over in general, just because you just don't know what the Bengals offense is going to do, especially without Jamar Chase on the field. So, I would definitely lean towards taking the Patriots team total.
Okay. All right. Well, The Browns, on the other hand, have a much easier matchup, allegedly, in the Raiders. And for potentially, is this the second time on this show? This might be the first time on this show. I am confident. I am confident in this game. I think the Raiders are currently favored. You know, it's in Las Vegas, so it's a pick 'em, right? But I think they're favored by 3.5. So, but I don't think that Geno Smith and the Raiders offense can do anything against this Browns defense.
Yeah.
The two areas where the Browns have been the most stout has been against the run game and against tight ends this entire year. And that is their only two weapons are Genty at running back and Bowers at tight end. I think they traded one of their best wide receivers at the trade deadline. And, you know, I don't see much happening otherwise for them. I think the Browns hold them to maybe 10 points or less. And I can easily see Shedeur Sanders taking full advantage of that with the full week of practice. I mean, I know you touched on it earlier. Like, I'm telling you, man, like, I could see this kid throwing up for like 250 yards, getting 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Ooh.
I think the Browns are just going to have the ball all day. Like, they're going to run the ball. It's going to be effective. Like, I just think it's going to be a whole different game. It's against a much easier Raiders team. They'll probably try to blitz him, but he'll actually be prepared for the blitz this week. He'll have some reps where he knows what to do, what his hot routes are. I still think it's going to be a little clunky, right? Obviously, our offensive line is still not the best. Our wide receivers are still not the best, but we do have really good tight ends. And, you know, Judkins, I think, is due for a breakout game. He's had a couple long runs come back from penalty and just a lot of getting hit behind the line of scrimmage. And I don't think, aside from Max Crosby, there's nobody else on that defense that really scares me.
Yeah.
So for the first time in, I think, almost a calendar year now, the Browns offense is going to put up more than 20 points. And my bold prediction, and this is the boldest prediction I've made on any of my podcast shows, anything. Shedeur Sanders puts up a 3 touchdown performance as the Browns win big, 28-10.
No picks?
Maybe a pick.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a pick in there. The field is still moving really fast for the man, and like I said, as long as he can just stay the heck away from Max Crosby wherever he's at, I think it'd be okay.
Okay.
What about you? What's your bold prediction for the old Bengals?
Oh God, Brian, I don't.
What's your bold prediction of the Patriots can do to the Bengals?
Yeah, the Patriots could potentially win by, I'll say, 21 or more points.
Unbelievable. So
I think this could be a blowout.
Take the Patriots minus 8.5 is what you're saying.
Yeah, I feel very comfortable in that bet for sure.
All right. Well, some other games around the league that are coming up that are intriguing to me: Colts, Chiefs, Buccaneers, Rams, Eagles, Cowboys. Which are any of those matchups you looking forward to, or what are you looking for?
I think Colts Chiefs is definitely going to be a good one. And I also have my eyes on the Buccaneers and Rams. It's going to be interesting. I want to see how Tampa Bay bounces back from last week. They're playing a red-hot team right now in the Rams. So I just want to see if they're capable of winning a game like this. So
I don't see it.
That's a heck of a Sunday night game. That's a good one. So
yeah, for sure. What do you think of Matt Stafford this year? I mean, is he like, should he be in the conversation for the MVP? I feel like nobody's talking about him.
That's a very good point, man. I mean, he has definitely been, quiet, like not his stats, but just like you're not really hearing his name thrown around. Yeah, man, that's a great question. I think that this could be an opportunity for them to start talking about it, especially on national TV on Sunday Night Football. So, I mean, if he balls out, then yeah, heck yeah, I think he definitely will join that conversation for sure.
I mean, listen to this. He's 223 for 338, 2,557 yards, 27 touchdowns, and only 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's pretty damn wild.
I haven't even heard his name come up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's only a 66% completion ratio, which doesn't sound like crazy. A whole lot, but like, I mean, is it just because of Jonathan Taylor just running amok or like?
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't help his case for sure. Yeah, man, I honestly didn't know his stats were that good. So I'm pretty shocked that no one else is really talking about it. You bring up a solid point. But no, like I said, 2 minutes ago, I do think if he does really well on Sunday Night Football to get that stage set in front of a national audience, then yeah, people will be talking about him more than where they are right now, I guess. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, I guess even though nobody's talking about him, he currently has the best odds for the MVP.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Oddly enough. Matthew Stafford plus 150, Drake May plus 175, Josh Allen plus 550, Jonathan Taylor plus 750, and then it falls off from there.
Yeah. I honestly would have never said that. I would have never said he was in first place for that. So
I mean, seriously, we listen to a lot of shows, podcasts, all that kind of stuff. Again, I've not heard anybody speak Matt Stafford's name, not even Orlovsky, which is
right.
He's a huge Stafford fan. So yeah, no, it should be a really good game, like you said. What do you got for us? Any locks of the week?
I'm gonna say the team total over for the Patriots. I don't even know it, guys. To be honest with you, I don't know what it is, but just take it. It's free money. Take it. And I am definitely liking the over in the Buccaneers Rams game as well. Thought I had one more on here. That Eagles Cowboys game is very intriguing. You know what? Give me the over on that game too. Why not? Pencil it in there, Brian. 3 for 3 coming up.
All right. Well, I love it. Yeah, no, I actually we've got a lot of overlap here. I had the Bucks Rams over, the Cowboys Eagles over as well. I like the Browns money line. I wouldn't put that as a lock, but if you want to sprinkle in a little extra magic, like I just have a feeling, or maybe plus 3.5, maybe that's even better, but a little less risk.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk a little bit about college football before we break off here. So Ohio State just dominates again. UCLA, it wasn't even a game. I was thinking about going to the game. I'm really glad I didn't go because it was raining. It would have been a boring game to watch. They've got Rutgers coming in to Ohio Stadium. They're favored by 31.5 points, I think you said earlier.
Yep.
I mean, what more can you say about this team?
You really can't, man. I'm so excited for the regular season to be over, to be honest with you. I want to see a fun, exciting game. I'm not saying that these games aren't exciting, but I want somebody to give Ohio State a little bit of competition, Dude, I want the Bengals to get Caleb Downs next year so bad. That kid is so fun to watch. And I keep picturing him in stripes right now, and it's got me really excited. So I'm sure the Bengals will mess it up somehow. But they have a very good opportunity here if they keep losing to pick him up in the first round.
Julian's saying right now is the second best odds as the Heisman.
Okay.
Fernando Mendoza is the favorite. And then Marcel Reed, Texas A&M quarterback, is now the third. So I guess with that loss that Alabama had this weekend that knocked Ty Simpson out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see much change? I mean, we've only got they take into effect these next 2 games, and then they take into consideration the championship round, right?
Yeah.
For that voting.
Yep.
So, I mean, do you basically just see whichever quarterback wins the Big Ten championship, assuming they both get there, that's who's going to win the Heisman?
Wouldn't that be awesome if that's how it plays out, honestly? And I think it definitely could pan out like that. But I mean, as long as there's not one that, really goes in there and, throws 4 picks or anything like that. But I do think that, especially the audience watching this game, it would make total sense for whoever wins that game. And especially if Ohio State wins wins by more than, we'll say, 10 or 14 points. How could you not say Sayin is going to win the Heisman after that? So
I love it. Now, I wanted to bring this to your attention. I didn't give you any prep on this, but I have heard a very silly conspiracy theory that when I think about it a little bit more, it actually is crazy. So if Ohio State and Indiana end up winning out and they both go to the Big Ten championship, as things stand right now, or at least last time I looked, the number 1 seed goes on to face either Notre Dame or Oregon in the first round. Whereas the number 2 seed, I can't remember who it was, but in my opinion, was definitely an easier path to the championship, let's just say. Sure. There's a conspiracy theory out there that they might rest starters for the Big Ten championship game to strategically lose to get a better spot in the seating. Thoughts?
Where'd you hear this from? Skip Bayless?
No. It was a way less credible source than that.
Yeah, I just don't see that happening, man. No, we need to squash that right now, Brian. There's just no way.
I thought if I let enough that you might think that it was serious, but I'm just messing with you.
My God. I'm like,
it really was something that they said on a podcast, but I was like, this is absolutely silly.
I mean, I wasn't going to just say that whoever you heard that from was a dumbass, but now that you're the one who made it up, I mean, I guess it's true.
No, it's out there. Somebody said it. I can't imagine they were being serious, but they were like, no, it's legitimately out there. You can find it.
Man, no, there's just no way. I don't think Ohio State's scared to play anybody right now. So
no. And I was hanging out with one of my buddies who is a Michigan fan this weekend. So unfortunately, I had the, I guess, privilege of watching the Michigan Northwestern game. My gosh, Michigan looks so bad.
Ohio State should win by 20 points.
At least.
Theoretically, they should.
I couldn't believe what I was watching. I was like, this team is – they almost choked. Like, they almost lost to Northwestern, and it was very embarrassing. I was like, oh, boy, like this
Not great.
This guy is their future quarterback is hilarious to me. So, obviously, we'll talk more about that game next week. Big rivalry week coming up next week. But, I mean, as far as our show today, that's going to wrap it up. This week's episode of the Rust Belt Rivalry podcast. Browns fans, we've got wrists up this week. Bengals fans, maybe they pull an upset. Buckeye Nation, a lot to look forward to. Nick, take us away, buddy.
Make sure you guys subscribe, leave us a review, and hit us up on social media with all your takes. And we'll be back next week to see how many points the Patriots put up against